Hello guys, welcome back to my reaction channel. Today we're going to be reacting to Naruto Shippuden episode 130. Now guys, you might have noticed I'm kinda overdressed today. I'm just kidding, it's a normal shirt only with a collar, but I look dope in it. So we're gonna be jumping right into this episode, but before we do guys, the last episode, the way Jiraiya gathered intel, the way he developed the story, the way he tortured those dudes with a feather, you know? Then he turned one into a real toad. Then the other one's heart rate was monitored by this toad. And that dude told us a lot of interesting things about that guy, Pain. He said he's a god, he's strong, he took care of that previous leader with ease on his own. And at first I was sure about my theory that those kids are these now. Like I'm still sure about the blue-haired girl. But Pain, I was sure that he was the kid Yahiko. Yes, I rewatched the episode, I learned the name. So the orange-haired kid was Yahiko, and here he's Pain, and I was sure that that's him, you know. But now in the ending of the last episode, that was a huge plot twist, by the way. Pain went into some kind of a machine, and it closed, and another one opened, and a new guy popped up with the same eyes. But he was in the shadows, so I couldn't see clearly, but he looked different. And as I watched the episode, there were more bodies and more machines. So what the hell does that mean? So I don't know, man. I can't prolong this any further. I'm gonna be jumping right into this. But before we do, guys, if you enjoy my reactions, feel free to share, subscribe, like, leave a comment, ring that bell for notifications, guys. Follow me on Instagram, join my Discord server, and let's jump right into this reaction. Let's go.
You want to end up like this too?
We're back at the toad's stomach.
Talk, or you'll end up living on dragonflies and beetles for the rest of your miserable life.
Yeah.
Fine, turn me into a frog then. I'm not gonna say anything else to you. I may be low-ranking, but I still have my pride. I'm a ninja. I have nothing to say to an outsider who has no idea what goes on in our nation.
You already said a lot, man.
Huh. Still a ninja no matter how lowly. Well, interrogation was never my forte anyway. Okay, talk time is over. But you're still going to stay put. I'll just go ahead and ask this god of yours in person then.
Okay, I'm sorry. That was cool, the way he exited the toad, and you know, awesome. It was kind of similar the way Pain did in the last episode, like with the wall. He made a wall open and he just went through it. Like, I don't know how he did it, but it looked dope. But at the same time, he just said, I'm just gonna ask this god of yours in person. And in the ending of the last episode, their god, Pain, said,
it's time to hunt the intruder.
so are we gonna get this smoke? Are they gonna battle? Am I gonna finally, like, what is happening, man? I need more explanation. I need it, because, man, the amount I have now is insufficient for me to establish a theory, at least. What the hell is this?
What's the big idea? I mean, what are you thinking summoning me here right now, Jiraiya? Is this about Naruto's ki?
No, it's not about training this time. I have my reasons, but I'm thinking of removing you from me for a bit.
Yeah, we saw this thing before, right?
What in the world is going on?
I'm just about to go into battle with a very tough opponent.
Uh-huh. This guy must really be something if you have to release me to go fight him.
Don't worry, it's just a precaution. Anyway, I want to press the storage release seal now, so...
Very well then.
What does this mean? Release what? This toad was inside of him all along? And why is he releasing it to go fight?
So how long do you think it'll take? When will you be coming back?
I really doubt that it'll take all that long. But if something should happen to me, you just go and store yourself inside of Naruto.
What? You lost
What?
your mind? You're well aware that the key that corresponds to Naruto's 8-sign seal is transcribed on my belly. Each and every year, the 4th Hokage seal grows weaker. We keep the key in order to retighten the seal if we should ever find the need. To place a key right next to the lock it opens is unheard of.
Yes, and yet, don't forget that it was entrusted to us by Minato. It was always meant to be returned to Naruto one day.
But it's too
What?
soon. Once already you sweet-talked me into loosening the tetragram seal, and you know just as well as I do what happened that time. You haven't forgotten, have you?
When he was injured? During their training? Yeah, so he loosened up the seal?
No. But I believe that Minato entrusting me with this jutsu formula indicates that his will was for Naruto to complete that jutsu for himself one day.
That jutsu? Are you serious?
What jutsu?
Yes.
You really think that Naruto requires such a jutsu? He would never be able to control the Nine-Tails chakra. And besides, when that lock was loosened, Naruto's own chakra was pushed aside by the Nine-Tails chakra, which leaked out in large amounts and took over Naruto. If the seal is undone any further, and the Nine-Tails completely overtakes Naruto, that would really go against the fourth Hokage's will.
But Minato only used the seal on the Nine-Tails Yin chakra. He split the Nine-Tails power into Yin and Yang and sealed the Yang power inside of Naruto. He left the Nine-Tails chakra to Naruto on purpose.
Perhaps, but still.
Why did Minato do that? Why did he go so far as to seal that chakra inside his son?
Who can tell? Perhaps it was necessitated by the sealing.
What?
Or it could be that as a father he simply wanted to pass on that power to his son.
I was Minato's teacher, so I knew him very well. And he never did anything at all without a very good reason. Minato must have known something important. And as a result, he entrusted the Nine-Tails power to Naruto because of the knowledge he had.
I think you're reading too much into it.
Do you really believe that's true? The last time the Nine-Tailed Fox Spirit attacked the Hidden Leaf Village, it was said to have been a natural disaster. But lately I've begun to suspect something else happened. That its appearance was not a natural phenomenon.
What?
I think there's more to it. I believe it may very well have been manually summoned.
Fool!
What?
Nine-Tails has always been a natural disaster that appears when humanity becomes steeped in evil. Besides, there's no one that's powerful enough. No one can summon the likes of the Nine-Tails.
Yes, well, that's just the thing. There was one.
What?
What?
And who's that?
One of the Uchiha clan founders, Madara Uchiha.
What?
Ribbit! Ribbit!
The
You fool!
Toby!
Madara lived back in the early days of the Hidden Leaf. No way he was still alive 15, 16 years ago.
Yes, that's true. And I also know, as everybody does, that the first Hokage defeated Madara Uchiha in the battle at the Final Valley.
Exactly. Your theory is pointless.
Perhaps. But I just have this feeling that I can't shake. It fills me with unease.
Toby! Madara! How? I'm sorry, I just couldn't get a word in what they were talking about! What the hell? There was one? Who was it? Madara, one of the founders of the Uchiha clan? Madara Uchiha, the guy that played to be Toby. And and the frog laughed at his face because he was, as I understood it, he should be dead of old age by now, because he was in the period of the first Hokage, right? And they said that valley where Naruto and Sasuke fought, those are the statues of the first Hokage and that guy Madara, and the symbolism with Toby aka Madara Uchiha sitting on his own statue. Okay, I don't know what happened. Did that guy learn a jutsu similar to Orochimaru so he could prolong his life, and they just say that the first defeated him and that everybody knows that, so he can't be alive, but at the same time he is? I mean, nobody knows that, but Jiraiya has a sixth sense about these sort of things, man! Come on! Oh, this is hype! Oh my god, I couldn't get a word in. Every single thing they said was important. So this frog is essentially a key that was stored inside Jiraiya. Like it came out of him. And he's like, I need to release you because I'm about to head into a tough battle, which tells me that we are gonna get this smoke, man. Pain against Jiraiya. And why is he releasing the key? And he wants the key to store itself inside Naruto. The key was like, are you kidding? Like, I'm the key to the seal, right? So the key to the cage of the Nine Tails. So if you, like, he loosened up the seal when they were training, and it almost resulted in Jiraiya dying because Naruto cannot control that beast, okay? And now he wants to place the key right next to the lock. Like the Toad was right. Like, that's insane. But what he said, he knew Minato. He knew the fourth better than anybody. He was his sensei. So he knew. I didn't get that part where he said something about yin and yang and he separated and sealed something in Naruto, and I didn't get that. So explain to me in the comments if it's not a spoiler. And I didn't get that part. But he said something like the fourth never does anything without a reason, so he must have had the reason to seal this thing in Naruto. Which was my point at the very beginning of this show. Like, why would the fourth seal like a beast like that inside a young child? But now that we know that he was his dad, maybe the Toad is right. Maybe he wanted his. I mean, he was Jiraiya's student. He was OP, right? He was the Hokage. So maybe he thought that only his child could handle something like that. I don't know, man. I'm probably reading too much into this, but I enjoyed this conversation between them, man. A lot of interesting details. So that Madara guy, he was one of the founders of the Uchiha clan, so he must have been strong, man. He fought the first, but was defeated. But seems like he wasn't defeated. Man, there's so much to this story. I need more detail, man. I don't have sufficient amount of information to form a theory, let alone. And when he said, but there was one. You know, the sage that created all, and the jutsu that they mentioned when we first found out about the eye a few episodes back, I thought he meant him. Because they said that Nine Tails appearing, like in the Leaf Village, it wasn't a natural occurrence like everybody thought. Jiraiya thinks somebody artificially summoned it there. And the Toad said, no way, man. Besides, nobody, has that kind of power. And then Jiraiya said, there was one. And I immediately thought of a story Jiraiya spoke of, that sage and his eyes return as soon as the world becomes corrupt again. And the Toad just said that the Nine Tails, the beasts, they don't get summoned. They appear when the world gets corrupt. So there's a correlation between. So I was sure he meant about that sage, that he had the power. But no, he was, again, a plot twist, man. It was Toby, it was Madara, it was, I don't know how to call that guy. I'm gonna call him Madara. But damn. Oh, the confetti! So pain dispersed the rain, and the confetti flies are... Wait, he let this guy go?
Return to the Hidden Leaf Village. When you get there, go straight to see Ibiki. He already knows you'll be coming.
Ibiki?
I'm counting on you now.
So Jiraiya transformed into this dude so he can walk freely.
Well then, I certainly hope this plan works. Here we go.
Yup, confetti. Like, they emphasize the confetti right away, so they're all over the place. And that's why, maybe, okay, maybe that's why Pain stopped the rain. Because confetti are made of paper, so if they get soaked, maybe they can't fly. So maybe in order for this girl to do her own thing, he needs to stop the rain. So she's like dispersed these confetti butterflies, and they saw that this is actually the intruder and not the okay. Yep, there she is. Not gonna lie, that looks cool, man. The paper thing, on point. I love it. And it's so unique. Ooh, the way she appears!
Well,
It's Jiraiya.
I see.
I was right!
Jiraiya Sensei, huh? How nostalgic.
What'll you do, Pain?
The dude is completely different. This is a different body. What the hell, man? But they did acknowledge him as Jiraiya Sensei. She recognized him right away. She recognized him right away, man. I was right, man. I was right. I still can't crack what the hell. Who is this kid? Like, it's Yahiko, but it's a different body now, but the same color, like hair. But the eyes. Okay, I don't know, man. But I'm so happy that I was right. I caught it, man. It was too okay. But I'm so happy, man, that I caught it. But it was a bit obvious. I'm not gonna lie. So I can't take all the credit. The show probably wanted me to catch it. That's awesome, man.
Jiraiya isn't on our side of things, isn't that correct?
Probably.
Then we must kill him. It's far too late for regrets. I came forth in this body to kill the intruder, and I'll do just that. Now take me to him.
All right, then.
Oh my god, this was...
Pain. I'll go on ahead now and handle him by myself until you arrive.
Try to kill him, if you can.
God, I'm sorry for stopping again. But that small conversation between them, she's like, it's Jiraiya. And he's like, Jiraiya Sensei, how nostalgic. And he asked her, he's not on our side of the things, is he? And she was like, probably not. And he's like, then I must kill him. So what happened to this boy, man? After Jiraiya left, I mean, I can already see the angle. You left us alone. You abandoned us, because he did leave abruptly. Like, he did train them, but he still left them. So something must have happened. That other kid, the red-haired kid, died, and this guy felt pain, and that's why he called himself Pain. I don't know, man, but something happened, and that's why he's so cold. Like, even Jiraiya was a sweetheart to them, okay? He really was a father figure, and for him to say, I'm gonna kill him, I don't care, you know? And even her, she's like, we saw them as children. They were precious, man. I don't know what happened. I really hope they explain how they got to this point. But man, so she's gonna fight him first. In the way he said it, he had some respect for Jiraiya, even though everybody praises him as a god, as this strong creature. He said, try to kill him if you can. So that's putting a bit respect on Jiraiya's name, because they know Jiraiya's not a weakling, you know? I wasn't expecting this, man. This is just...
Fire style, flame bomb!
He managed to escape the body? Like... What? I thought he transformed into this dude and left the dude in the toad, but this dude is here and Jiraiya was paper, what the hell?
Toad subjugation. Art of the manipulated shadow, huh?
I dangled the lure in hopes of drawing out this Pain fellow, but I never imagined that I'd catch you.
Oh my god,
You've honed your jutsu magnificently, but even more, you've become quite a catch, Conan.
He recognizes her right away! This is a reunion! And what a reunion,
It was
man!
my understanding that all of you had died, but I never would have guessed that you'd turned into sheets of paper.
It's really you. You're the messenger, Lady Angel.
First a god, now an angel, which means that you're the messenger for this so-called god. Is that right, Conan?
This man is an intruder. You should kill him now.
Leave now and stay away.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, but this is, oh my god, this is breaking my heart, man! He's like, I heard that you died, but I would have never guessed that you turned into paper, okay? And he thought that Pain was gonna ambush him, but he got her and he recognized her right away. Man. And he called her Lady Angel, and Jiraiya picked up on that. It was like, Angel? First a god and now an angel? They must have developed a god complex or something, because... Damn.
Oh, who is this Pain?
It's really none of your
Good
business,
question.
Sensei.
She's not about to tell him. She really is an angel!
Doing that helps you feel like an angel? Does putting on an act like that really have any benefits?
I've received my orders from God. I will kill you.
Even she? The counter attack, man! Straight against this fire!
Food oil bomb!
He got
You're
her!
soaked in oil, so you can't peel apart. You had such a love of origami, and you were the kindest and gentlest of the three of you children that I
She
trained.
really was!
What happened to the others? Nagato and Yamato.
Tell me!
I heard you all died, but I guess that was a rumor.
Something
Oh, I
happened.
see. So tell me, which of the other two ended up becoming this pain then?
Just what do you want appearing before us after all these years?
That wasn't my intention. If you all hadn't been part of the Akatsuki. I heard that all of you had died. I never imagined that it would come to something like this.
Way back then, you should have done what Orochimaru suggested. Isn't that what you're thinking now?
These kids, shall I kill them? We've seen so many war orphans. It's always so pitiful. They'd be better off if we simply put them out of their misery right now.
At first I thought that she meant that he should have let Orochimaru kill them because after he left they went through such an atrocious period and a whole bunch of things happened to them. But no, she ended up saying, isn't that what you're thinking right now? And I don't think, man, Jiraiya, even back then, he stopped Orochimaru. He's not that type of dude. He's always, like we saw in the previous episodes, he's seeking peace, man. He doesn't want to kill you. And the fact, man, that little fighting sequence, him like fire and then these paper needles and then he spewing oil on her, telling her you can't peel anymore, that was so tactical and fast. They were fast. And what he said, does putting a facade like that really have its benefits? And she said, I have my orders from God, and continued to attack him. So even she is, it's like even she's brainwashed herself into believing that that other dude is God. I can't seem to crack this code, but this is so interesting, guys.
Back then, you saved the three of us from that fate instead. But it's too late now. We've wholeheartedly embraced his ideology, and we have now made our move.
I have no regrets about letting the three of you live, no matter how this may end.
Whose ideology?
I'm just very sad. The reason I taught you ninjutsu was to enable all of you to survive those harsh
Yeah,
times.
he said
You
defense.
were all undoubtedly my students, and I know the world is a cruel place, but to attack me without even so much as agreeing,
Yeah,
well, that's just too sad.
that is
For
sad.
a few years after our time together, I heard your names mentioned here and there. You made a reputation for yourselves, fighting for hire in a few conflicts. But then...
You know nothing about what happened to us afterwards,
Man.
Sensei.
No, I don't. That's quite apparent. But why all this stuff with the Akatsuki? What the Akatsuki is doing now is simply wrong.
This is what I've thought through on my own, and that is that. Jiraiya Sensei.
Oh, he appeared. He finally appeared. And man, the way they're talking, what Jiraiya said to attack me in such a brutal way without even a greeting. Now that's just simply sad. And it really is sad. It's sad to see these children that we just got introduced to a few episodes back, them being so precious, training, sleeping, eating together, him comforting that red-haired dude. And now to see them so cold and distant, trying to actually kill their sensei, not even batting an eye before trying to do it. And what she said, you know nothing about what happened to us after you left. And that time, man, I'm guessing that must be so true. Because one of them is missing, man. I don't know. Like the red-haired kid, I don't know what happened to him. But he probably died. Some atrocious things happened. And now they're traumatized. Like every other character, every other villain in this show. And you just have to look at it from all different angles, guys, and I get where Jiraiya is coming from, but I get a feeling that these guys have a good reason, man. Because these characters are very well done, man. They have been built up, and now a final reveal, and now this guy Pain showed up to this battle. He showed up. Oh my god. And he called him Jiraiya Sensei. Look at him!
Well,
The
your
difference-
appearance has changed quite a bit. But those
Yeah.
eyes, that shape, that ripple pattern, I can't believe it.
Actually, the appearance hasn't changed. Like I said, that original first body that we saw him switch in the last episode, it was very similar to Yahiko, but this body is completely different. I don't know what happened. I don't know how he did it, but something is wrong here.
That eye, the Rinnegan.
Yeah, the eye is the same.
So I guess you're the one who became Pain. Nagato. It appears you've strayed from the path of goodness.
Wait, he said Nagato. That's the red-haired kid with the eyes, but... No, that was the body of that Yahiko guy, right? And I'm pretty sure, man, okay, I'm expecting this story, their backstory, to be extremely sad, and I'm expecting it to be similar to Kakashi's backstory, that whole Obito thing and him giving the Sharingan to... So I'm expecting that Nagato kid, as he said his name, I forgot his name, yeah, I believe that Nagato kid gave his eyes to Yahiko, because that was Yahiko, man. And let's...
To you.
You don't need to know. After all, you are an outsider.
You really have changed, Nagato.
Summoning Jutsu.
Okay, summoning jutsu. Okay.
Foam. Leave it to my students to know my weakness. He intends
Foam?
to nullify and wash away the oil.
He freed her. Oh.
Conan, stay back.
He's gonna take him on his own?
Art of the Raging Lion's Mane!
Oh my god, we're really getting this battle right away. What is that? A hair snake? And he got him right away.
Nagato, it's time for me to ask you a few questions. What happened to Yahiko?
Yeah, you need to tell
There
us.
was such a fellow once, wasn't there? But
What?
he died a long time ago.
Nagato,
What?
what happened?
All I want to do is protect those two. No matter what kind of pain I may be forced to endure.
I understand. What happened to you? The old you would never.
Nothing happened. Nothing except for the war. Too many people died in this land. All that pain forced me to grow up.
What does that mean?
That even innocent, foolish children will grow up in the face of pain. Until their thoughts and beliefs are the same as adults.
But abandoning one's love for his friends and fellow man, is that really what it means to become an adult?
Oh, Sensei, you are still merely a man. However, I, mired in endless pain, have matured and become much more than a man.
What are you saying?
Yes, I've grown from a man to a god. And since I'm a god,
What?
all my words and thoughts have become absolute. Poor Sensei, you're still only human. It's not your fault if you don't understand what I'm saying.
Have you really become that twisted?
Things that I couldn't see when I was human are clear to me now that I'm a god. And being a god, I realize that there are things I can do which mortal men cannot even dream of. Or to put it more simply, I have evolved beyond man.
Just what exactly are you planning to do?
At last, I'm going to put an end to this senseless, war-riddled world. This will be my sacred deed.
If that's your goal, then why are you gathering up all the tailed beasts?
Well, you're about to die anyway. So I don't need to keep this secret from you any longer. I will use the seal-tailed beasts to develop new forbidden jutsu. Jutsu of such magnitude that just one could destroy an entire nation.
He's gonna kill them all.
Most powerful, the ultimate forbidden jutsu weapons.
But how could creating such jutsu possibly bring about an end to war? Weapons
Yeah.
such as those will simply increase conflicts between nations.
The world is already rife with conflict. So what's the quickest way to get nations to stop fighting each other, Jiraiya-sensei?
That's what I'm asking you. So answer me!
To each one of the warring nations, I will hand out a forbidden jutsu weapon. For once they have them, once they possess such a power, then they're bound to use it.
Wait, what are you saying?
Yeah, and
Just think, tens of millions of people will die instantly, and all
He wants-
mankind will quake in terror. All of humanity, all the nations will learn what pain truly is. Fear would breed a strong aversion to war. Conflicts would cease. It can be said that this world is still in the process of maturing, that it's still on the path to stability. Pain will make the world grow up, just like it forced us to grow up. In order for the world to develop to the point where it can think and walk on its own, it needs the help of a god's hand. This world is still but a child, you see.
You want to teach the world pain in order to make it grow up, is that it? Do you really believe that this is your mission?
I do. I believe in this fully because I am a pacifist god.
Well, I see you've developed a sense of humor, Nagato.
Oh, I'm not joking. Far from it. My vision is too important. I'm over here, Sensei.
So the
oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm stopping this epic battle, but I could not get myself to interrupt this man, okay? Like Jiraiya said, have you really become so twisted? And I believe he has, but everything he said was on point, and everything he said kind of made sense, man. And what he said, I'm a pacifist god. People need pain to mature, just as pain matured us. And man, the way he spoke, man, his voice is amazing, by the way. And oh man, he said so many great things. This world is still just a child, you know. The way he spoke about it, like he's above it all, man. And he said, oh, Sensei, you're still just a mere man, but I am more than a man. I am God. Like what? Kind of a... Who wrote this, man? Who wrote this? I mean, wow, man. And Jiraiya, I mean, we never saw Jiraiya fight for real, man. What he did with his hair, capturing this dude like that, and against this girl, like he was so quick and so strong, but this dude, man, just escaping. Jiraiya wanted to probe him, but he couldn't, and this guy just said, I'm over here, Sensei. I think this dude is so powerful, and what they spoke about looks like Jiraiya. Like, he called him Nagato, right? That red-haired kid. But I thought it was Yahiko. And then this guy said, oh, I guess there was such a fella. But he died a long time ago. Okay, I do not believe that kid is dead. Like you said, take everything from this show with a grain of salt. So I'm still thinking this is that orange kid, like Yahiko. But Jiraiya like literally said, Nagato, what happened to you, and is addressing him as he is that red-haired kid because of the eyes. The eyes are the only thing that are the same, you know, because that boy changed bodies, but the eyes remain the same. But nobody has red hair. Everybody has orange hair. So what the hell happened to these children when Jiraiya left them? And I don't know, man, but this is so amazing. This is so amazing, guys, and I couldn't bear to stop it. I stopped as he finished the speech. The speech was amazing, and we're about to head into battle, so I'm gonna continue. But my head is exploding. I probably missed a whole lot in that speech because he said a lot, but man, everything he said was on point. It made sense. He wants to gather the tail beasts so he would create a new jutsu so powerful it can devastate a whole nation in a single blow. And then he wants to give those weapons out to each nation and bet on humankind's stupidity, such as we are flawed, and we would probably use those weapons, you know, against each other. And as he said, we would probably kill countless of people, and those who are left, they would just They will know pain, man. And that brings me back to the sentence he said as a child, man. There can only be mutual understanding if they feel what I felt. And that's, man, what prophecy said. He would train somebody who would be the ultimate bringer of peace or the destroyer. And it looks like this kid took a wrong turn. And Jiraiya shouldn't have left him. The prophecy stated that he should have, he should have formed the path for this kid. He should have led by example. He should have influenced this kid not to take the wrong path, but he left, man, and then got a message that they died.
That's your summoning then, is it?
To me, you're like a single-celled organism that hasn't evolved at all.
Summoning Jutsu! Imagine a kid treating me like a kid. Well, I have news for you, kid. I'm not really human anymore either. These tears of blood overflowing with rage. I went from Sunning to Sage, the hermit sage of Mount Miyamoku. I am Master Jiraiya.
What?
You haven't matured at all, Sensei. You're just as clumsy as ever.
Come on, watch it, Mr. Gamakin. Don't jostle me during such a crucial juncture.
I'm sorry. I'm quite ungraceful.
That's it? That Toad looks insanely powerful, man, and ready. And what he said, I'm sorry, I'm ungraceful? Okay, first off, I gotta say, Jiraiya looked so cool delivering that speech, like, only he can bring that sort of energy back, man. Cause this guy sorta enrailed me with this, like, high godly aura that I was like, okay, bro, what the hell? And then Jiraiya just went in and lightened the mood so much. I love that boy, but of course, he had to ruin it by being clumsy because he can't be all that cool because Orochimaru was the cool one. But damn, man, he delivered that speech. I'm gonna go back because I want to hear that again. He rhymed Toad Sage, something like that. That was awesome, man. But what this Pain guy said, you're like a single-celled organism that hasn't evolved yet. And then Jiraiya continued like, hey, imagine a kid treating me like a kid. Well, I got news for you, kid. I'm not human anymore either, or something like that. Then he rhymed something. I gotta hear that again, man. That was awesome.
Summoning Jutsu!
The laugh was amazing.
Me like a kid. Well, I have news for you, kid. I'm not really human anymore either. These tears of blood overflowing with rage. I went from Sunning to Sage, the hermit sage of...
These tears of blood overflowing with rage. I went from Sunning to Sage, man. That was amazing. That was amazing.
Mount Miyamoku! I am Master Jiraiya!
The Hermit Sage of Mount Miyamoku, something like that. That was the place we saw in the flashback he trained at, like those the Froggy World, man. He's the Sage of Mount Miyamoku. I can't pronounce that. Don't bash me in the comments. But that was awesome. That was epic. I love that. I loved that, man. That man. He was so optimistic. A breath of fresh air, man. I love Jiraiya. I really love Jiraiya, man. His energy. I love it. I love it. But that other dude is scary, and the way he speaks, it really does resemble godly. You know, he's godly. He really is. So, oh man, okay. I can talk about this episode for days. Okay, for days. These episodes, I can really make a video on each episode. They're so good. I can really talk about it. The philosophy, the ideology, man. It's so on point. It's so good. It's so different. It makes you think. This show is amazing, man. I know I said it a million times, but this is on another level. Damn. I am again a loss for words, man. This was a masterpiece again. One more time, this was a masterpiece. These episodes just keep leveling up, and now we're seemingly gotta get a battle between Jiraiya and this dude Pain, and they hyped this dude Pain to be so strong. But then again, we never saw Jiraiya fight like serious. And as he said, I got news for you, kid. I'm not really human anymore either. He went from Sonic to Sage. That's man, that's I'm hyped. Okay, I'm ready for this smoke. I can't wait to jump into this and watch more. Okay, get hyped with me, man. Sorry that I'm shouting so much. I really wasn't expecting this. And one of my favorite characters is Jiraiya, and he really always delivers. He really does deliver, man. The best lines, the best energy, when he looks cool too, man. And also it was very convenient throughout this infiltration mission that he didn't have a leaf headband on. He had his own headband, so nobody knew where he was from, so he could lie. So that's very interesting. That's very interesting. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I have for you today. I really enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoyed the reaction, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.